Good morning, Jana here with Jana's Quilt Shop. Well, it's time for Monday morning tidbit. I've got a good one for you, one that I've been waiting to do. The girls and I talked at the shop last year, a whole year ago, about decorating for the fall, and I had an idea of a toweling with going around your oven handle. It's a little different than the ones I've made before. I told the girls I'd make a design for it, and I've been playing with that. I worked on it Friday, and I've been working on a little bit all weekend trying to get it just how I want it. Let me show you a couple finished ones. And look at this. Isn't this cute? See, it's got a band on it. And it doesn't lay as good on this as it would on the oven door, but this is an idea. There's the toweling. Look at that. Isn't that cute? This one I've added a little decorative thing here with the embroidery machine, some ribbon in the bottom, a bow on that. Look at that. Wouldn't that be cute to give as a gift or to have to decorate with for the fall? Let's see if I can make that stay up there. Okay, let's talk about making one. You're going to need these pieces of fabric and your toweling, of course. And the toweling comes hemmed on the sides, on two sides. But I've noticed by playing with a lot of these different ones that a lot of them are wider. This one's wider than the other ones I've done over here. So it doesn't matter. You can do whichever one you want. In the toweling, we adjust this to make it fit. It's fine because we are going to gather this top up. But let's start by pressing what we need to press. So the little band is this. You're going to press it in half, and then you're going to pull the sides in to that half line. We've done this in making belts and a lot of different things, and you can do this the same way. Doubling it up like that makes it more secure. Okay, so we've got that ready to sew. That piece right there. This is the top band. We're going to fold this in half and press it. Then we want to press a 1/4 inch up from each edge. So there's one edge pressed. I'm going to flip it over and do the other edge a 1/4 inch, remember? Sometimes I try to get a half, but we want a 1/4, so I'm going to go down a little there. Okay, make sure it's still, yep, lines up good. Let me get this side. I think I let it slip just a little right there. Okay. All right, so we got that finished. This piece right here, we're also going to press in half. This is that bottom edge that we have down there. I'm going to press it in half all the way across. And then I'm just going to press up one edge. So I'm going to pick this edge here and go, this is probably about a 1/2 inch. I want to make sure it's going to catch. So about a 1/2 inch on this bottom. Okay. Whoop, I knew that might happen. I need an oven door in here. I need that oven. Now let's see if I can do it like this. Oh look, that's great. Okay, so we have this. I pressed it in half, remember, and then one edge I went up a 1/2 inch. So that's the way that looks, okay? So we're gonna sew our band on the open side. Just top stitch it. My thread break. Yeah, it came out. You know, when you first start off, sometimes if you don't get your end long enough, it will pop out. Show you how great my needle threader is. I really like this needle threader. It works good. I'm going to keep my end out there a little longer this time so it won't do that. Okay, now we're ready to go. I have black thread in to match this. I love the shininess of this. You may not be able to see it on camera, but this fall fabric has a gold metallic running through it. It'll look really good. It's got a black background with that orange. It's really going to pop on that check. Okay, so we've got this ready to insert, and that was the most confusing thing for me to figure out which way to go. And I played with it a good while before I figured it out. So you open it up, and I go down about a 1/4 of an inch from that fold line. You see how it's there? laying inside. Then I fold it down, and I'm going to put a pin in each so that I don't let that slip. I can feel with my finger, it's still where it should be. Okay, now I'm just going to zip up this side and up this side. Right? It doesn't take long to make these. Once I figured out what I was doing on them. Okay. Now I've got to do this other side. It doesn't hurt to backstitch over the edges there where that band is, because it makes it a little stronger there maybe. It's going to get a lot of stress on when you turn it. Alright, I'm going to trim my corners there across the ends so the bulk is all gone. And then we're going to turn it. Okay. Alright, get my pointy thing. I love this fabric. Get those corners out good so it'll look good. Alright, there's what it's going to look like, but we need to give it a press over here and have it ready. Okay, looking good now. See how pretty that fabric is? And there's the band on this side. I worried with, so if you do it just like this, it's all going to work, okay? Alright, now we're going to save that for last. Right now, what we want to do, and you can see the hem's up this way, so I want to baste, I'll see, I'm going to baste this edge right here. So you turn your machine and just make a long, long straight stitch if you want to baste it on your machine. So you can see it getting longer on your screen, and you go pretty, I went to the extent of it, the whole, as long as it'll make, let it go, and leave your end sticking out, do not cut it off. And just run that in there, let it gather. Try to keep it about a little less than a 1/4 inch in there. You can either do this or do it by hand. Okay, remember I almost cut it. You don't cut it. You pull it out. Okay, you can gather it, get one thread, and start gathering it. You want it to fit in this hole right here. So we're going to gather that up to where that's going to fit in there. You don't want to break it, so you got to do it gradually. When you get one side done where you want it, put a pin in it. I've got that side gathered up, and I'm going to wrap this thread around that pin. See? Wrapping it around a few times just to hold it. Now that side's not going to come out. See if I can get this side going here. Oh, I broke that side. If you break it, you know what happens? You have to redo it sometimes, but I think I got enough going this way. I'll be alright. You got to be careful and just to move it a little bit. And what I did, let's see, we're about there, and I can gather that up by hand. Okay, I'm going to put my pin back in there. If you break it, you either take it out and do it again, because it's very easy to just pull out. You either take it out and do it again, or you're going to fold it up like I'm going to. So I'm going to go ahead and put this side, oh, I can't do it with my pin in there. I'm going to do it like that. Pull my pin and stick it back in there. I'm still holding it, see that? Okay. Then I'm going to gather this all up. And put that edge to the edge. Put my gathers up in there, see that? Kind of spread them out where they'll lay flat. See, that's looking good. This side over here that broke, I'm gathering it by hand and pulling it over. Just want them to lay flat. I haven't done gathers before. This is the way it's done. I've done a lot of gathers. Okay. This one doesn't look so good there. I'm going to fold him back. Okay, I'm going to pin it and make sure I've got it good from the back side. I like these big, long, strong pins. That one's bending. Okay, they hold better. Let's try that one. Okay, I've got that pin. Let's look at it the back side. Make sure everything is up in there. And you can add some from the back because you're going to top stitch this and you're going to want your back to lay down too. And catch all the gathers. Okay, oh, I see a piece there that I want up in there better. Okay. When you're sewing from the front edge, you can't see what you're doing on the back edge. So you want to make sure it's good and long and everything caught. I think I got it good. You can feel it with your fingers. See if it's up in there. And see if you got all your stitches covered there. Okay. I'll hold that one as I go. Alright, all I got to do is top stitch that edge. You don't have to try to run away. So I still have it on my basting stitch right now, because I want to make sure I get it all caught. If you're real confident, you can go ahead and just stitch it, but the basting stitch would be easier to take out if it's not hitting good. Okay. Let's turn it over. Oh, it looks really good. Yep, I got it good. Okay, let me turn it regular stitch. Alright, now I'm going to stitch it right there. We'll hold it stronger, and you know it's all catching now. Alright, I'm going to show you how to do the bottom, and then the trim, you can figure out what trim you want to do and how you want to do it. I'll show you this bottom. Okay, we got that, and then I'll show you after we get the bottom how you hang it. Okay, so we're going to put right sides together, and we're going to sew this to the front side, leaving about a 1/2 inch on each side. Okay, so we're going to go over here. And when we go to sew it, we're going to fold that over to that folded in. You see that? So we've got the edge going here, and we folded that to the edge. So now we're just going to make a regular 1/4 inch. Let's see if I have this on 4th. After I turned it, let's see. Oh, it slid over. So let's make sure we have it on a 4th. Get over here to this edge, and we'll fold this one in too. Once you make one of these, you can make several at a time after you get one done. Okay, so I'm fixing to come up to this edge. I want to make sure I fold that over even with that edge. Slow down, back stitch, got it. All right, see how pretty that's going to be with that. So we're going to turn it over. I'm going to make sure those edges are turned in, but not quite that much. Let's turn it in our 1/2 inch like we're supposed to, and then you'll pin this just below your stitch line there. Okay, so you're going to pin that. Go over here and get this side and pin it. We'll trim our threads in a minute. You don't want them all sticking out every which way. Okay. Make sure you're not going to hit a head or anything. and you go all along here, pinning that. You've already got your half, your seam pressed, or your back pressed there. Okay, so here's what this one's gonna look like, and it needs something, don't you think? This is what it looks like, but it needs something. You could do some orange trim. I have this black and white ribbon. You could put it down here on that, or you could use this. I think I would use this for the bow up here. Isn't that cute? Make a bow up there with that. But if you have scraps of lace, this white lace would look really pretty along the bottom, like I did on the other one. That'd be pretty. I can't decide. That's so pretty. There's some yellow. If you had some orange ribbon like I used on that one over there. There's some green that you might put in there. Some more yellow. You know, whatever you want to do, or some decorative stitches. On this one, you'd have to use a lot of black in it probably for it to show, but you've got all those choices. I definitely think I'll make the bow out of that. But this is how it's made, and I'll go ahead and pin this bottom right here once in the middle, and I'll show you how it goes on there. That's what you're waiting for, isn't it? Okay, let's see if I can do it without any help. Okay, so you pretend this is your oven door. All right, you lay this to the front. Let's see if I can make it stay right there. Pretend that's your oven door, and you're gonna go around and come through the band. So you're just gonna take that bottom through the band. Gotta remember I got pins in that. So you're gonna keep going around. This is where people get confused, but you just keep going around with your band until you got it on your oven door. It'll hang there. You don't have to have a button, a snap, and to get it off, you just pull it back through. It's off. So very easy installation, very cute. Look at that. I need to do some work on this one, but it'll look cute when we're done. Look at that. Okay, you want to go make some of these? Let me tell you what, I made some notes. Let me read my notes. I'm going to top up a pattern, of course. You know, you always want me to do a pattern. And I'm going to sell these as kits for $12. So any of these, the tan, this with the green and the sunflowers, this is pumpkins, and then this is the black and white check. You can have either one of those three for $12 if you want it, and it gets you the pattern, everything but the lace, because you can use your scraps and trim for that. But you'll have all the fabric, the pattern, everything to make that. And look, I wrote, give as a gift for a teacher, for the holidays, for a mom, a friend, a coach. We don't think about coaches. Our mail lady, mailman, you could say give it to your wife maybe, or your boss. It could be a hostess gift when you're going to a party. It can be for a daughter, or just a happy for someone that you want to cheer up during the fall. The holidays, I'm thinking Thanksgiving. If you start decorating now, you can go all the way up to Christmas. And then guess what? You can use this same pattern, just use Christmas fabrics and make some for Christmas. Wouldn't that be neat? I plan on doing a few for gifts, okay? All right, I hope that gives you an idea of something you can be working on for the fall. It's gonna fall again. There we go. All right, I hope you like that tidbit for today. Go out and make some, and if you'd like to order some of those kits, just let me know in a comment and we'll cut it and have it ready for you, or we will ship it to you, okay? The office number is 972-5543. Thank you and have a great Monday.